7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There's always that one person in a rally car who sits, and if you take a look at his helmet, it's at the same level as a dashboard. You never see his eyes, better known as a navigator. What is their role in rallying? It's not just about reading the pace notes or giving directions as to how a driver should operate, but more about planning everything around the rally. We did speak to six-time Kenya National Rally Champion in the two-wheel drive division, Kingondu Kareithi, about the role of a navigator. Kingondu started by telling us his journey into rallying.
Rallying in 2007, navigated mostly for Leonardo Varese, who is an old friend. But in those years, I've sat with a couple of other people. I've sat with Gumit Teti, I've sat with Charan Teti, I've sat with Piero Canobio. Yeah, basically those are the guys. But my main driver has been Leonardo Varese. Actually, we've won 6 championships. And yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's, you know, when we started in our rallying journey, we didn't have a lot of money. And rallying is a very expensive sport. So there was option to move up, buy a bigger car. But, you know, bigger car comes with bigger expenses. And we didn't want to, you know, rally for 1 year, run out of money and then stay out. So we said, let's stay in two-wheel drive. We can relatively afford it. And I guess that's what has given us longevity. We have been there because we have been in the two.
So straight on to the meat of the business, what exactly does a navigator do?
Well, pace notes are the main function. But, you know, most navigators are like the secretaries of the team. You find most entry forms are filled by navigators. You know, most bulletins are read by the navigator. The navigator is the go-between between the team and the officials of the race, the clerk of the course. And so all that takes place before the event. You must ensure that you are ready to go, you are legal to go before you get to the road book. Now on the recce day, which is usually the day before the event, or a couple of days depending on the event itself, you go onto the stage as per the itinerary, and the driver reads his notes to you. This means that as the driver comes up to an obstacle, he calculates in his mind what that corner will be like when he comes at speed. So he may call it a slow right, he may call it a slow left. He calls it and tells you this is going to be a fast left, and you put it down on your note. You go to the next corner, he'll tell you this is 50 meters, then he tells you this is going to be a hairpin right, put it down on your note. You do that for all the stages, all the competitive stages of the rally. Then on your second loop, you now call the notes back. The notes that he has given you, you call them back to him as you drive. Sometimes he'll come to a corner and say, no, that's not a slow left, let's call it a medium left. And that's how you fine-tune your notes on the second run of the recce. And then when those notes are done, you are ready to go. And on the day of the event, at speed, those are the notes, those are instructions you give him.
It has always been said that the relationship between a driver and a navigator is so crucial if rallies are to be won or if points are to be collected at every event. Let's take a look at this crazy video of a driver and his navigator in clash mode.
Concentrate, Sami, please. Medium left, long, 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 long. Turn in. Medium left, medium left. Medium left, nice and easy. Turn. Throttle. Fast, medium left, long, long. In. Medium right, concentrate. Medium left, medium left, medium left. Listen to my calls. Medium left into sharp left. You're not concentrating, Sami. You're watching out the driving.
I'm not watching anybody.
Into double caution jump. Double caution jump. No, stay on road. Sami, please. Sami. Fast medium right. Listen to the call. Sami, please listen to the call. Sharp left. Sami, you have to stay on road, Sami. Otherwise, car will break down. Sami, you will wreck the car. We will not finish.
Well, it does happen. It does happen. You can disagree severely in there. And those guys look like they are friends. They look like they are good friends. And in the heat of the moment, of course, people are getting excited. Sometimes there might be a little bit of fear on the navigator side. And so it can happen. It can happen. It's very important. It's very important. I would even say it's probably like a husband and a wife. You know, you need to be able to read his moods. You need to be able to manage his temper, because an angry driver can't really drive well. You know, you need to try and be on top of how he's feeling. If your driver has special needs, maybe he has some pills he takes, or he has something else he drinks. You need to have those on board. And so it's you know, it's you need to know each other. You need to know each other.
If you enter a rally car and you see a navigator reading the notes, it's usually on paper. But for Kingondu Kareithi, he has been doing it using a tablet.
The key problem guys fear is that the battery will run out. But if you've got a charger, keep on your charger and keep a charger outlet in the car, you're fairly well. This helps you keep your time. It's GPS timed. You know, it works on GPS time. It helps you keep your time. You're able to change your notes. It also keeps your stage time. It saves you from fiddling around with a lot of stuff. But again, like I say, you know, you never know. I know there are some top teams that use it on their recce, but then I think they go and print the notes. But in time it will catch up. I think it will catch up. Once you're used to it, it's difficult to go back to paper. Okay, the numbers usually denote the distance between the last obstacle and the next. So that is 100 meters. And then this corner is caution. This corner is a caution, that's what the red thing is, and long, medium left, and you can cut it. Meaning that you can cut in the middle of the corner. You can cut into the corner. You can go slightly, you're going left, you can go slightly more left so that you don't stay right on the road. You can cut. There are many corners where the note would be D and C, which means do not cut. Meaning that maybe there's an obstacle in the middle of the cut. But that's what that means. And then 50 is the next distance to the uphill. And then caution, there's a narrow bridge. And then going downhill is 50 into a slow right. Yeah. In fact, these are actually the pace notes for Kasarani.
Now let's get into some note reading. And Kingondu Kareithi is going to read us the note for the super special stage at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, that's going to be used for the Safari Rally. These notes are from 2019.
And max brow over long fast right, 50 fast left and medium left, and max brow going downhill, 200 long medium left going uphill, 50 slow right, 50 through narrow bridge.
Having worked with different drivers, we are told of two ways in which the pace notes can be written. There is the one format that he used with Leonardo Varese, with whom he won 6 two-wheel drive championships, and one that he used with Piero Cannobio.
Earlier that the driver actually calls you the notes. These notes now are Leonardo's notes. Leo uses the descriptive idea of a corner. Now, Piero uses the number system, which is 1 to 6. Number 1 is a hairpin. I forgot to mention the hairpin. Leo has you can call a right hairpin right. Now for Piero, a hairpin would be right 1. Hairpin right, which is for Leo, for Piero would be right 1. And so that they progress like that. So a medium for Piero would probably be a left 3, where Leo would call a medium left. So that is the difference. And others have other different ways of calling it. And of course others want their notes in their own language. So you find that some, especially the top boys, will have it in French. They'll have it in, whatever, Spanish. Maybe one time we'll have somebody read notes in a local language. Maybe Kiswahili. It will be very interesting. Huh?
Or even...
Kushoto number 3. Kulia number 1. I don't know whether you'll have to be a very good speaker of Swahili to call those notes. Well, today you are very lucky you have Abdul Sidi, who is providing free lessons. In our day, I always tell people we trained for navigation on the Guru Nanak of 2007. We had not, of course we had seen notes before, but you know, when you looking at notes like in this setup and looking at the notes in the car is two different things. You feel like a deer in the headlights once the lights go off and it's time to work. So Abdul Sidi's contacts on Facebook. He's a real gentleman, a legend in his own status, in his own state, and yeah, it's navigation is usually the start. If you can afford a rally car, you can also be a driver, but unfortunately, rally is very expensive, and yeah, that's the advice I would give. My name is Kingondu Kareithi, rally navigator. I've been rallying for about 14 years. To all those who can't make it out into the stages, KBC TV will have a live feed. They'll be able to bring you all your top drivers. You'll be able to see the action live, so keep it locked.